Welcome back to the channel, bro. Listen, today we're gonna be reacting to, something different. Shout out to, shout out to the supervised few. You know what I'm saying? Just dropped a video a few days ago. Said what exactly is true masculinity. Listen, I'm gonna react to it, bro. If I agree or disagree with what something he say, I'm gonna pause. We're gonna talk about it. As usual, let's get into it. All right.
First and foremost, you must imagine yourself as a man, in order for it to be reflected in your reality. The concept of masculinity is far more complex than the superficial perception of the current society. It has absolutely nothing to do with appearing macho. Although being macho might be a result of being a masculine man, being macho is not required. A manly man is someone who instills a sense of security and safety in those who are in his immediate vicinity. He is the type of man who people seek out when they are in a dilemma. They trust him because they know he will always have a smart plan or sound advice for whatever. The only way to accomplish this is for you to flex your decision-making muscles. Taking the initiative and being decisive is the very definition of masculinity in a man. It is not necessary to shatter someone's jaw with your right hand in this situation. Despite the fact that being physically fit is a terrific method to appear macho, everyone is aware that not every man who appears to be enormous is inevitably a man of strength. You will appear masculine regardless of how you think, since your mind will automatically modify your body and habits to match your perspective. You will construct your physique as if it were your divine mission if you think from a male perspective. A male mind has the capacity to instigate other minds in his immediate vicinity. His ideals, dreams, and directions can all be incorporated into this induction. He has the ability to attract followers simply by speaking and being present. Maleness is associated with the worst kind of depiction that has nothing to do with it, namely violence and dictatorship, and this is a problem. There's no way that could be further from the truth. Violence is the last thing a man of strength and character would consider doing. This is not to argue that you should not be able to use violence when the situation calls for it. However, history is replete with examples of great men who have accomplished great things without the use of force. Those who have utilized violence and tyranny are not recognized, despite the fact that they are the ones who have given man this precious gift. To earn the designation of toxic masculinity, a male does not have to hit a woman in order to demonstrate his dominance. He is a guy, and he does not have to walk over other men.
Hold on. Bro, listen. Listen, that's a great part, because then a lot of guys think that shouting at a woman or like, oh, she's gonna listen. But listen, you have control. Let's say, right, you and your girl having an argument, or you and your mom, right? Let's say your mom told you to do the dishes, right? She come home and you didn't do the dishes, and she starts shouting for no reason, making a whole bunch of noise. You have all the control. You can control that whole situation just by how you react. Because okay, if I talk back, right, and she gonna talk back, then it's gonna be back and forth. Instead of saying, okay, my bad, then you do the dishes. And that's it. So the argument, all the making noise, the shouting, all that gone. Because now you control, now like, okay, tell you what, I didn't do the dishes. You say, okay, sorry, mom, I'm gonna do the dishes. Then you do it and that's it. So listen, nobody not making noise, nobody not getting disrespectful, none of that. So you can control a conversation, anything, just by the way you react to things. Simple.
In order to be respected, appear to be powerful if he does, it demonstrates only one thing: he is weak, and it is disrespectful to associate such a display of weakness with the concept of masculinity. As a result, the entire narrative...
And when you act so emotional, bro, people, not just women, but like people tend to look at you as weak, right? Nothing wrong with crying or some stuff like that, but like when you're super loud and super, you make everything a problem, then people look at you like, oh, he's weak. Then people, nobody want to have respect for you. Oh, you should pay attention to that, because then this thing is very important. Just by the way you act and the way you treat yourself, people are gonna look at you in a certain way.
of toxic masculinity has been rendered null and meaningless, because those gentlemen are anything but macho. The presence of a macho man is enough to command the respect of and garner the adoration of women in his immediate vicinity. His way of being, his words, and his demeanor all help him win their approval without even asking for it. This is due to his ability to maintain control over his thoughts and impulses. A macho man puts everyone around him at ease because they know he will take the initiative. They know they can rely on him, and they are confident.
Tell you why? Tell you why they'll rely on him, because they trust him. They trust that he will do the right thing. Right? They trust that, okay, he will lead me in the right direction. People trust in him. Right? Because listen, if somebody has trust in you, they will not give you control of anything, no matter what it is, because they don't believe, they don't trust in what you do and what you say.
In his ability to maintain control over his nerves. Others see it as the best case situation, and as a result, they chose him based on his pure masculinity. A leader of tribes, a hunter and a provider for everyone under his care, a guy who stands in the face of a beast while the rest of his family flees for their lives, and a man who battles till the end of his life. It is devoid of any malice and possesses only noble characteristics. He is revered by those around him, and not a single person is terrified of him or his authority.
Right.
They are more awestruck by him than they are frightened by him. This is what it means to be a man. Never allow anyone to persuade you that being a man is a curse. This is not true. It is precisely what the world is in desperate need of at this present moment. Men who are level-headed and know what they're doing, how to...
Yo, with what he just said there, if there are more masculine men in this society, like a lot of stuff would be in place. A lot of stuff that's happening would be in place. A lot of it wouldn't be happening. But due to the fact that we don't have that, we get a lot of crazy stuff. I'm not even gonna say any of the stuff that's going on, but a lot of crazy stuff taking place. Because this generation is so weak. It's bad to the point where it's like, bruh, is it even gonna get better? That's how bad it is. But listen, change starts with you. If you want to make a change, it gotta start with you. Don't try to change other people. Change yourself first. Get to know who you are first. Then when you conquer yourself and figure out yourself, then other people will see and say, okay, what he doing? I respect what he doing. Then now people want to follow you without you asking them to follow you. They will do it on their own because they see, I respect what he do. I respect his discipline. I respect his grind. I respect whatever it is. Always remember that.
Even the face of a monster. In this present period, we do not have to contend with physical creatures, but rather with mental ones. Now, a man is considered macho if he understands exactly what he wants in life. He has been pushed to the point where he can see nothing but his goal in front of him. He is the fulcrum of all that happens around him. He is financially advancing, and not because he is greedy, but rather because the sheer push of his dreams is amassing his fortune, and he uses that wealth wisely to boost others in his immediate vicinity. Be clear, the concept of masculinity does not exist when one is consumed by one's own interests. It is only masculine when it has a positive impact on the lives of others.
Facts.
Everything else is a manifestation of narcissism, but it is equally necessary for you to first stabilize your own mental state. Because if you are experiencing personal difficulties, you are unable to effectively assist others. A macho man is masculine for the very reason that he has his own affairs in order, and then he helps those around him who are in need of assistance. You shouldn't lose yourself in the process of trying to lift someone else, and you can only do so if you have complete control over your thoughts. Accept your masculinity as a mental construct and begin to live your life from this point of reference. Money, health, an ideal body, and the devotion of women will all be byproducts of this process.
It will.
This does not imply that you become completely self-sufficient and that you do not seek assistance when you actually need it. To put it another way, the distinction is that you seek assistance rather than direction from others in your life. A macho man is a man who does not look to another person for approval. He is the one who locates them. Keep in mind that a violent man who dominates by force is not a man of strength. That is a beast in front of which a man of strength should stand.
Yo, that was a nice video. Listen, but at the end of the video, learn a little bit. A lot of the stuff he talked about, I kind of know, I kind of heard before, but it was a nice video. Shout out to the supervised few. You know what I'm saying? If you like the video, comment down below, leave a like, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.